It's been about 2 weeks since we planted our seeds in part 1 of this 3-part series of growing your own zucchinis right at home. It's still way too cold outside to be planting these guys into the garden. Fortunately, that doesn't matter because we still have one more step to do before we can transition these zucchinis to their final summer homes. We must first move these plugs on to the next size pot, both to build out their root systems and to give us a large selection of zucchini starter plants that we can sell this year. So let's get to it. Let's begin with our standard 4-inch size nursery pots in a 10 by 20 tray. We can fit 18 of these pots in this kind of tray, and I'd say that this size is probably at the lower limit of what you'd want for zucchini seedlings. Zukes are big plants and they grow fast, and really, it doesn't make any sense to go from a plug to any size smaller pot. Fill each pot to the top with a quality organic potting mix, leveling them off, and then compressing them down about 25%. Top them off again with that same mix, and we're almost ready to pot. Before we can pot, let's soak this tray with about 2 liters of warm water for around 2 hours. Now finally, we're ready to pot. With a large screwdriver handle, make decent sized holes in the center of each pot. Zucchini plugs will be large, so this will be a little bit different than cucumber, tomato, or pepper seedlings. If your zucchinis have grown to an advanced stage, this process might feel a little trickier. Don't stress though. Take your time and choose the largest seedlings first. Gently pry one out with the flat end of a screwdriver, being careful not to tug on those stems or leaves. Also, to make matters worse, those leaves are going to try and grab onto one another, so be mindful of that. Zucchinis have killer root systems and are the ultimate transplanters. Place that plug in the center of the hole you made and push it firmly down by the plug itself, not the plant. You gotta plant these guys as deep as they'll go, and we'll touch more on that later. Baby zucchinis are already impressive plants, even at this young age. Okay, pro tip for zucchini planting? Actually, 2 tips. First, plant at the back of the tray first. This way, you're not leaning over and brushing up against the plants that you've just potted. Second tip, zucchini plugs always lean one way. These guys are so large that they almost never stand upright. So when you're potting them in the tray, orient them away from you to the back of the tray. This makes potting them up 1,000 times less frustrating, trust me. Of all the plants here at the farm that we move from plug to pot, I'd say zucchinis are probably the most advanced in terms of technique. Now, back to that depth of planting we were talking about. Zucchinis make such great transplanters because, like tomatoes, they have the ability to send roots right out of their stems. We call these amazing vestiges adventitious roots. And they're what allow the young plants to double and triple their root capacity in a very, very short period of time. Naturally, this is what contributes to them growing so fast and being so resistant to transplant shock. As easy as this step was, often it's not even necessary. Quite frequently, you can actually skip this potting process and put your plugs straight into the garden. It's entirely predicated on what your weather is currently doing and how advanced your plugs are. Because these guys grow so fast, they quickly outgrow these plug trays. And if your window of planting outside hasn't arrived yet, then fortunately, they are super simple to move on. So don't forget to join us in part 3, where we take these zucchini plants at a fairly advanced stage and put them right into our spring garden. Hey, thanks for watching, guys. If you're getting value in this and the other series that I'm doing on YouTube, hit those like, share, and subscribe buttons if you'd be so kind, and I'll see you in the next video.